At Moffitt, we often tell the stories of our patients, but behind every patient experience is someone who shows up each day with compassion, purpose, and heart. So, who are the people in your neighborhood? The teammate down the hall who always goes the extra mile? The quiet hero working behind the scenes? The one whose story has shaped the way they care for others? In this series, we're turning the spotlight inward, sharing the stories, the why, and the heart of the people who make Moffitt what it is. There are moments in life when everything changes. For Heidi Nash, that moment came not once, but twice. The first was hearing the words, "You have breast cancer." After months of treatment, surgery, and radiation, she believed the hardest chapter was behind her. Then, just over a year later, she learned that the cancer had returned as stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. But this isn't just a story about a diagnosis. It's the story of finding hope in unexpected places, of discovering extraordinary compassion in the middle of overwhelming uncertainty, and of becoming part of the very team that helped carry her through. Today, Heidi shares her journey from patient to Moffitt team member, reminding us that healing isn't only found in medicine, it's also found in people.
So my name is Heidi, and I work in the Senior Adult Oncology program. My journey that led me to Moffitt actually begins about 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, I found out that I had stage 2 breast cancer. I was getting treatment at another local cancer facility, and we did all the things. We did 4 months of chemo, and then we did a bilateral mastectomy, followed by 30 rounds of radiation. It was a rough year, but in 10 months from start to finish, they told me that I was in remission. So I felt great, and we just continued on some maintenance medications, went about our business with regular checkups. About a year and a half later, I started having some hip pain. And so after a few months of it getting progressively worse, talked to my oncologist and said, I really need to get a scan. All my labs were perfect, just as they were the first time. But I really felt in my gut that something was wrong. So we did a PET scan in July of 2025, and it came back as stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. It was in my pelvis, my femur, my shoulder, my lymph nodes, and both lobes of my liver. That was a tough pill to swallow. It really shook up me. It really shook up my family. And, we just kind of got to a point where we had to take it one day at a time. What else could you do? I started feeling like I needed more from my care team. And I knew that I was facing the biggest challenge of my life. So after some discussion with my husband and my kids, we decided to go where we felt was the best, which was Moffitt. And so we reached out, and they got back to me right away. I had an appointment in less than 2 weeks with a new oncologist who was wonderful. So I met with Dr. Amagani, and she was fantastic. She spoke very slowly, calmly. We were so overwhelmed. And she took notes during our meeting so that I didn't have to. And what a gift that is when you are going through the scariest thing of your life. So we left there feeling really good about the hands that we were now in. the support that I got from Moffitt still was something I've never experienced before. And every time I came in, every single person that I encountered was so warm, so welcoming, and just never made me feel like they were just here doing their job. They made me feel like they were here because they wanted to take care of me and everybody else who was here. Even the security guards, the front desk people, the, people that are checking you in, whether it's for lab draws or scans, everyone has a smile, and nobody makes you feel rushed anywhere at any time. And, if you get your appointments mixed up, they help you fix it. And if you need to change an appointment, they help you do that. And even the people that call you, whether it's from scheduling or if you call into scheduling, you can hear them smiling on the phone. We finally started chemo, and from day one, my chemo nurses just were wonderful. And what I loved was you have your own little private space. And that is something I didn't have before. And it just gives you that kind of sense of security that I'm in my own little bubble. And, my nurses are here for me. The techs are here for me. And it wasn't a cramped little space either. Like, you had a nice space where you could just get your treatment and feel whatever you needed to feel. And they all supported that. Every nurse that I've dealt with, they never show up with all the just stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. Because sometimes you don't want to stay positive. Sometimes you just want to be angry or frustrated or sad. You just want to break down. And they encourage you to feel all your feelings here. And I love that they're so open about it. And there's so many resources that if you are feeling in distress or just want to talk to somebody, any single person you interact with here can steer you to somebody that can help you. We've been going through chemo since the end of September of 25. We've had some PET scans that have come back good. The first scan I had this year actually showed no active disease, which was shocking to me because my cancer had evolved from hormone positive to triple negative. And I know that triple negative is a lot harder to treat. But Dr. Armagani was so smart, and she ordered multiple tests on my liver biopsies to make sure that she knew exactly what she was dealing with. And she put me on the right regimen, and I will forever be grateful for that. Being stage 4 is hard because you're never going to beat it. You can treat it and you can manage it, but you're never going to beat this one. It's always going to be with you. But you still just live your life and you say, I may only be able to manage my cancer, but I'm going to manage it the best way that I can. And I think attitude plays a lot with that. I've always been a pretty positive person. And so a lot of people don't see, sometimes I do go through those hard times. But I think just having a smile for people is important. Sometimes people can't find their smile that day. So share yours. That's kind of my philosophy. If you can't see the sunshine, be the sunshine. While I was out recovering from my hip surgery, I was out of work for quite a while and ultimately lost my job. It's a very overwhelming position to be in, especially if you're like me, where I was, the health benefits provider for my family. So that was a lot of loss at once. We lost my income, we lost my our health insurance. And so there's so many things to factor in there. When you're trying to navigate, okay, what am I going to do now? You have to think about what do I need? What am I going to be able to do? Because the side effects, you don't know how they're going to affect you. For me, a part-time job was the perfect solution. And so, is it difficult to manage losing half of your income that you were used to? Of course it is. But I know that it's the best fit for me because it allows me to have ample time to make my appointments with Moffitt. All I kept thinking, like the whole time I was going through treatment, which I'm still going through, is how great of a place this would be to work. Like, not only do I get amazing care here, but it's such an amazing team of people. And it's such an incredible organization that truly cares about its patients. And so I just kept searching and searching the job postings and found a position that fit my situation and my needs so incredibly perfectly that I feel so blessed to have gotten the opportunity to work at Moffitt and to be part of such an incredible team. Even though I don't have direct patient care, I know I work on the back end that also always helps patients. And as a nurse, that means something to me. I feel really blessed to be at the best place as a patient, but also to be at the best place as an employee. And I feel proud to say that I work for Moffitt. So when I first started at Moffitt, which really was not that long ago, my very first day, I got admitted to the hospital. And so fortunately I had worked my shift that morning, and then I went to urgent care for some swelling in my leg, and they admitted me overnight. And so I missed the next day of work, and I thought, oh no, okay, we're going to be okay. It's just one day. And I worked a couple more days, and then my oncologist sent me back to urgent care because the swelling was getting worse, and I was in the hospital for 13 days. And so finally got out of there, worked for 2 weeks, and was back in the hospital for a week. So the amount of stress that I had thinking, I just got this most perfect job and I'm going to lose it because I can't get out of the hospital. But I work with the most incredible team in senior adult oncology. And one of the main doctors that I work with, Dr. Eksterman, was incredible. So my 13-day stay at the hospital, she actually came to visit me. Now, I'd really only had one interaction with her outside of my interview because I was that new and she's so busy. But she came just to make sure that I knew my job was safe. And I just cried because the amount of pressure that took off of me. It really allowed me to not worry and to focus on my healing. And I was so grateful to her for that. And when I ended up in the hospital again, she came again and she brought another team member with her, and just to cheer me up, say hi, and let me know everything was okay. So the support that I've gotten from them has been incredible. And if I need to, leave early for a doctor's appointment, or if I need to, just clock out in the middle of my shift and run downstairs for a doctor's appointment and then clock back in and get back to work, they're okay with it. They fully support me doing what I need to do to care for myself as long as my job gets done. They barely know me, but they're still asking about me. How are you doing? How's treatment going? And they genuinely make me feel like they care. And that's so incredible. And I hope that the leaders of Moffitt know how important that is, to support their team members like that and to reassure them that you are an important part of the Moffitt family and you need to take care of you so that you can take care of others. But we care about you. So we will make sure that you have access to whatever you need to be able to get the appointments you need or the treatment you need or the care you need without worry, without stress of, or without worrying about losing your job. Your job's safe because you work for Moffitt and Moffitt cares. When I look at the big picture, my cancer, my treatments, my employment, all of that, and me ending up at Moffitt, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And while I don't love having stage 4 cancer, my stage 4 cancer is what led me to Moffitt. And this is where I'm meant to be, both as a patient and an employee. And I am proud of that, and I feel blessed to be here.
In this story, Heidi reminds us that every interaction matters. A smile, a reassuring conversation, a nurse who gives you permission to feel whatever you're feeling, a leader who shows up when you need encouragement most. Those moments may seem small, but to some facing cancer, they can mean everything. As we continue our Who Are the People in Your Neighborhood series, we invite you to help us discover more of the incredible stories happening all across Moffitt. Is there someone on your team or someone you interact with every day whose story deserves to be told? Someone whose compassion, resilience, or unique journey has inspired you? Who are the people in your neighborhood? We'd love to meet them. Email us at peptalk@moffitt.org and introduce us. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Pep Talks, where we celebrate the people behind the mission and the moments that remind us why compassionate care changes lives.